Visit ccgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. Hey, what is going on, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In this video, we're looking at Gourgeist deck for the standard format with the Pumpkin's Bomb. So, what is really special about this card in this deck? Well, it's a one-prize attack deck, and it can hit for a lot of damage counters. With the Pumpkin's Bomb, we can hit from 10 up to the 250, depending on how many Pokemons and tool cards we're going to have attached to them. And this is a good thing. This card is going to be weak against the Zoroark decks, you know, just because Zoroark have a huge advantage over it. It can hit for the one-hit knockout easily with just 3 Pokemons in play. It also have resistance minus 20, so it's not super easy to us, you know, to play against Zoroark, especially if they're going to play with the edge rolls and stuff like that. So in theory, we're going to need to have like 6 tool cards discarded to one-hit knockout Zoroark. I know it's a hard thing, but hey, I really wish that they printed fighting Rotom, you know, so you can simply one-hit knockout that circuitry and Zoroark easily. I mean, the truth is that we can tech one Marsh out of GX, and then we can technically copy our basic Pokemon attacks, for example, Rotoms or other Rotoms, or even this Rotom, but we're gonna need those specific energy cards, and it's not gonna be super good in any ways. Plus, it's not gonna be, you know, non-GX deck as well. So this is the Gourgeist deck list. In the early stage of the game, we're gonna focus attacking with this card, and in the late game, if you don't have resources, but we have a lot of tool cards in our discard pile, we can start to attack for the weakness with the Rotom, the Psychic one, the Lighting one, or the Fire one. Obviously, we can hit for the weakness Buzzwole, Ho, Goalie Support, and many other decks, you know, that's gonna be weak to those types. For the drop support, we have Octillery, the Beazle Hand, and a Rangaroo with Instruct, and that's pretty much it. There's 14 Pokemons on this deck list, 42 trainer cards, and only 4 energy cards, obviously on double course energy cards. So you can even think about taking those counter energy cards, but I just decided not to do them because if you have the same amount of the prize cards as your opponent or even more, you're not going to be able to use advantage of it. So that's the reason why I'm not running it. Anyways, this deck list also contained 2 copies of Counter Catcher. It's a very broken card, especially if we have like more prize cards than our opponent, and our opponent have like 2 or 3 prize cards, maybe 1 prize. We can simply end him down to 1, use advantage of Counter Catcher, use advantage of Instruct and Beazle Hand, and, you know, simply win the game because we can simply disrupt our opponent very hard. Enhanced Hammer can also be a good tech for this deck. I just didn't find space for it, you know, so this is the reason why I'm not running one, but you should definitely think about also making space for maybe one Enhanced Hammer, especially in some certain matchups can be good tech. Then we're moving to another tool card, which is a Field Blower. Obviously, we don't need to have more than one because we can easily recover Field Blowers with the Puzzle of Times. For the setup, I'm running 4 copies of Ultra Ball and 2 Nazballs. 4 copies of Puzzle of Time sounds like a very good idea, you know. For this deck, Puzzle of Time is a lot of good things. With the Puzzle of Time, we can grab any 2 cards that we want from our discard pile and put it back into our hand, so I kind of like it. We also have 2 copies of Rescue Stretcher and 1 special charge for the Pokemon and Special Energy Recycle, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, I mentioned it earlier, and there's a lot of different tool cards that we have in play. Because Gourgeist works with the tool cards, you know, this deck is based on the tool cards. So Pumpkin's Bomb does 10 damage plus 40 more for each tool we discarded in that way. Somebody played this deck also with the Klefkis. I mean, there's a lot of people trying to play this deck with the Klefki. It's not good in my opinion. Mainly because when you discard Klefki, it's not tool anymore, and this is the reason why. Obviously, I mean, the one way to get Klefkis back and to have much greater and consistent, you know, attack is because you can simply grab them back with the Rescue Search or recycle them back. But I somehow feel that Rotom is going to be much more better. It's just my personal opinion. This is the reason why I'm running 4 bodybuilding dumbbells, 4 choice bins, 2 escape boards for the 1 retreat class, and 4 flow stones. You know, escape board is a very good, especially for those Rotoms, because they have 1 retreat cost as well as the remoraid. So in case if you're stuck with them in the early game, you can use the advantage of the escape board as well. There is 10 draw supporters for the consistency, 4 Cynthias and 3 of each N and Sycamore, and also 2 copies of Guzmas, with following that with 4 copies of double core energies as well. Very good deck overall, I kind of like it. It's a very cheap, it's a very effective, and it's a very powerful and disruptive against those decks that are actually popular in the current format and that are actually weak to the Psychic, Lighting, or Fire. To counter Greninja GXs, we can also include a Grass Rotom, you know, who can also hit for like 60 plus Choiceman maybe for 180, you know. It can be a good tech as well. But I just decided to go without him for now. But you can definitely try to tech him as well. But the good thing about that Rotom is the fact that, you know, it can hit hard, you know. It can hit for like 120. Because of the weakness, plus it can discard a special energy from our active Pokemon as well. If you're looking to buy any of these cards, make sure to check ccgcastle.com. Link is provided in my video description as usual. Make sure to check the Twitch content and then click follow me as well. And make sure to like, hit this video, and subscribe. It's gonna help me a lot. So yeah, that's it for the introduction. Let's move on to the game test so you can see this deck in action. So see you in the game. Alright, so this is not the best starting hand, I can definitely say that, but at least I have that Oranguru available and Ultra Ball technically for that Remoraid as well. I'm gonna play against probably Buzzwole GX. Oh, so that's gonna be a Brooklyn Hill play from my opponent's side of the field, so I might be able to get myself Remoraid in play. I definitely need to retreat my Oranguru here, and I definitely need to start discarding my tool card so I can have that, wow, amazing, 2 max elixirs already has been hit, and probably third one. And then Sycamore for 7, yeah. So he discarded 4 max elixirs at his turn 1. Oh, this is so pathetic. Yeah, anyways, another Ultra Ball top deck. If I have Remoraid, that's gonna be a good game. Alright, so we're gonna start by playing that Ultra Ball. Obviously, for something like Pukkaboo. Then I'm gonna go with my Puzzle of Time. And the top deck for me is gonna be N. So I really want to use advantage of that Instruct so I can get that N, you know, and use it to refresh my hand and grab 6 new cards. I'm looking for another Pokemon that I can put on the bench and something to keep that Oranguru going on. Or maybe just, you know, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to even think what to play in this case. Well, I'm gonna go with 1 Ultra Ball, to be honest, discarding something like this. Just to prepare another Pumpkaboo if it's possible for the upcoming turn, you know. For now, that's it. For now, that's literally all I can do. I mean, if I don't get supporter card next turn, not gonna be good. I mean, technically I can go for maybe 180. Obviously there's a Guzma play, you know. So he's gonna knock my Pukkaboo out, no doubt about that. Yeah, those Guzmas plus Lycanrocs, that's just a lot of pain. Oh, so yeah, he just did that. I don't know why, but he just did that. This is not the way that you should play, you know. He made a huge mistake right now. He made definitely a huge mistake. So I'm gonna use a Puzzle of Time, no doubt about it. And it looks like I'm not gonna get nothing good with the Instruct. Oh, okay, I forget to click on the... Yeah, never mind. I realized it just now, but never mind. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, Pumpkin's Bomb. I can literally strike for like... you know, 180 because of the weakness. When I played the puzzle of time and I didn't see nothing at the top deck, I should just click on the Brooklet Hill so I can refresh the cards and then simply get better odds to draw something more useful than this. But it's okay. I mean, still it's okay. My opponent did the huge mistake with the Jet Punch. I did the same thing. He's probably just gonna go right now much smarter with the Knuckle Impact, you know. Obviously he needs to do it because of the resistance. I don't know if he realized. Maybe he just wanted, you know, to... Nah, I mean, I was Poopkaboo, so he probably just didn't notice that resistance, you know. Okay, so that Lycanroc is gonna be big. I definitely need Octillery as a top deck. Octillery is my best friend, if I can get one. I have 4 tools in my discard pile, which means that I still can't attack with my Rotom. Oh, seriously? So he decides to go for the Rotom instead of my Pookaboo, Gourgeist actually. But again, he didn't realize that I can even hit with the Pumpkin's Bomb for like a 10 and knock him out. He might decide even to retreat in this case, so he can technically maybe use that dangerous Rouge GX and knocks me out. It makes sense, it definitely makes sense. That play wouldn't be that bad, to be honest. It's really hard to judge what my opponent is gonna do next, you know. It's a really hard to play against weakness, it's a really hard, yeah, as expected. So he decided to retreat and to use that dangerous Rouge GX just because next turn he can start to close slash me. And that's a very big problem for me. So I might get lucky top decking something like a Guzma. I can even get Counter Catcher, who knows. We're gonna put that Rotom on the bench. We're gonna go with the Floatstone as well, and then we're gonna go with Instruct for 3. There is a Counter Catcher play. Alright. Obviously that is a good thing. And that's also going to be one Cynthia play. So I have to retreat. I have a lot of tool cards that I definitely need to put on my Pokemons in play. And that's just gonna be knockout. I'm not looking forward to discard any of my tool cards for now. I'm taking 2 prize cards, so there's a Cynthia and a special charge. Okay, not bad. So there's 1 Floatstone, 2 Choice Bins, and an Escape Rope. 4 tool cards in my discard pile. Obviously this is gonna be Sledgehammer for the 160. You can't simply do nothing against that. I don't think I can top deck something to go for the knockout against the Lycanroc. It's gonna be very hard for me to get that. Anyways. Special charge to be used. Yeah, I think it's a... I mean, yeah, let's go with it. I'm gonna need Octillery. There's no doubt about that. I'm gonna need Octillery, you know. Let's go with 1 Cynthia play. I need also double Course Energy for this turn, and I didn't miss it. That's very important. It's not that I need to discard too many, you know. What if I go with a body building dumbbells? Nah, I can better use them for later. I'm gonna discard Sycamore and Fill Blower to grab that Artillery in play, and then I can have a Beazle hand advantage. I just need two tools to be discarded. Yeah, 2 of them. So that's 1 and that's 2. So with 2 tool cards, I'm hitting for the weakness, and that's another 180. I can expect to be knocked out back with my opponent Lycanroc, that's for sure. I just need to find a strategy. Oh no, so he managed to get himself Artillery in play. Alright, so I'm still gonna need to take like 3 price cards. I'm in a slight advantage over my opponent, no doubt about that, especially if he wants to put another Buzzwole in play. It's not gonna be super good for him. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I have like 6 tool cards in my discard pile. And still I have slightly advantage over my opponent. I'm just gonna need a good combo for the win in this game, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a Gourgeist. So 1 Instruct. Okay, I just need 1 more basic Pokemon so I can put a body building Dumble on it. I managed to get 1. Obviously this is going to be Scintillate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still need more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that looks like a Pumpkin Bomb for 40, 80, 120, 120, 160, 200, 210, if I didn't miscalculate it. And obviously I didn't. So I'm moving down to only 1 price card, my friends. And this looks like to be a GG. I mean, Guzma and N, you know. He can respond knocking me back, maybe. He needs a strong energy card, and that heads on the coin flip. So 120, yeah, he definitely needs to flip 1 heads on the coin flip. If he missed that, the game is over for my opponent, unfortunately. So it is how it is. Mighty Buzzwole just lost the game versus that Gourgeist. I mean, it's not super, you know, okay, so I'm still gonna need Gourgeist, or at least Rescue Stretcher, to win this game. I wish in this case I have something like Sycamore for 7, but I don't. Whew. So that was very close. I have 2 tool cards, which means I can definitely knock out my opponent with my Gourgeist. Plus I can also draw 1 card with my Artillery from the next streak, because I also had that Puzzle of Time available in my hand. And that's it, that's the GG, my friends. This is how this deck actually works, and this is the full potential of it, you know. You can hit hard, you can hit big, you can hit for heavy numbers, you know, for big numbers. And you can trade 1 prize for technically 2 prize cards. There's also a lot of different combos with this deck that you can include inside of it. For example, those Klefkis, because Klefki is a good card, it can be attached as a tool card. But the fact that I don't like with the Klefki is, you know, he's Pokemon once he's discarded in your discard pile, and then when you have 4 Klefkis, it's not gonna, they're not gonna count like 4 tool cards, you know, and you're not gonna be able to use your Rotom for free, you know. But I mean, it was a very bad start, slow start for me, but later I managed to recover easily. Once you're ready to set up, you can just go for the one prize exchange for 2 prize cards from turn to turn, and you can start to one-hit knocking out your opponent Pokemon really easy. So yeah, I mean, that Lighting Rotom can be substitute. Even he can go for like 120. It can be substitute for extra tool or maybe extra draw supporter, you know. But who knows? I mean, maybe we're gonna see something that's gonna be weak on the lighting and it's gonna be popular, you know, in the current standard format. So we can never know about that. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Stay tuned for more videos. We'll see you next time. So have a nice day and goodbye.